Hey guys, so we're in my kitchen. I honestly just got home probably 15-20 minutes ago. Did some FaceTime with my daughter in Japan. Something real quick that just came up. This is the reason I have this out. Just got a text as I was getting ready to set up my tripod and everything from Caleb. He's been one of my subscribers for a long time. If you guys remember, I did the kukri, the condor kukri. That was Caleb's knife. He bought one of my neck knives and just texted me and said, hey, I fucked up. I was like, what'd you do? Left his, the second person that's done this now, left his knife and Kydex sheath on the dash of his car. Kydex is a heated material. And since there's only the one little hole on this side because of the way it's designed so you can get your thumb on it to pull the knife out, the way the sheath is designed, it opened up and there's no retention. The sheath won't stay on the knife. The knife just falls out. So, if you own one of my neck knives, don't leave it lay in your car. It's the second time it's happened. I had to take these back, and I have to take them back to the guy that makes sheaths because I don't do Kydex. I'm not gonna do Kydex. I can pay someone to do that for me. So just, one of my customers, John, sent me an Archbishop that I have to sharpen. That's not what this video is about. This video is, we are at the, 787 subscriber mark right now. That's where we're at. And that means that I gotta get ready for 1,000 subscriber giveaway because I said I was going to. So I had some stuff that I was looking at. I was like, I have like 5 knives here that I don't ever carry anymore. And I was like, let me see. So I had this CRKT Sting. It's an AG Russell by CRKT. It's a drop forged 1050 blade, and it's just a boot knife. Got a nice little sheath. It rides well. And I thought maybe this one would be a good giveaway. I bought this right before I went to Kuwait the last time and carried this. Problem with this knife is it's never gonna get sharp. It's so thick. This is a single purpose blade. This is for a last ditch. Pull it out of your boot. For that purpose, it's awesome. It's single piece construction. I used it as a tent stake. You can see, it has been through the mill. It got carried. I wore the black material, the paint, whatever it is, off of it. Actually, it's pretty resilient, so I don't know what the coating was on it. Made in Taiwan, CRKT. But I thought about it. I was like, if I want to give somebody something, I don't want to give them something that's not going to cut. So then I thought about other things that I have, and I was like, oh, well, I've got this one, which is that Hisatsu. By CRKT. And I have a few CRKT knives. I like them. This one is really sharp. But the problem is, there's so many things wrong with this knife. It's got locks, but it's not auto locks, but sometimes it just locks on its own. Like I'm fighting with it right now. I can't get the locks to disengage. There it goes. So I don't want to give anyone a flawed knife. So this one kind of fell out of the running. And then I was like, okay, well, I've got that cold steel spike that I don't ever carry anymore. And then, but the thing is, if you look on this one, I put so much work into actually doing the zero grind on it to make it an actual zero grind that I'm kind of not wanting to give it up because it's stupid sharp now. This is a possibility that it might wind up being a giveaway, just not right now. Which led me to the last two. Now this is a knife I bought when I came to San Diego, California in 2002. So I've had this knife for about 14 years. This is a Smith & Wesson SWAT First Millennium Run that I've had for a very long time. It's sharp. I used to carry it a lot. This was back when Smith & Wesson actually made some really nice knives. It's got the aluminum scales with black anodizing that I have carried off of it. Don't know what steel is in a blade, but the action on it is nice and smooth, and it has lasted. It's got a liner lock, aluminum scales with a steel liner lock. It's pretty dirty though. It needs a little bit of attention, probably a bath and some blowout. So this is one of the options that I'm looking at. And then there's this. This is what I think is probably going to end up going. Because of the knives that I had thought about giving away, this would be the one that if I was going to go in for a giveaway, I'd probably want. So this, I think, is a Gen 1. This is a Gen 1 Boker Plus TUF, T-U-F, the Tactical Urban Fixed Blade. And I'm not going to lie to you, it's comfortable. It is a very, very comfortable knife. And it says Tactical Urban Fixed Blade, but I'm going to tell you what this is. This is a really good bushcraft knife. Not too thick, nice broad blade. I'm not talking bushcraft for like doing batoning. I personally think that that's fucking retarded. If you're going out in the bush, that's why they sell little hatchets. I have one. Matter of fact, I've got a couple. I would even say that I would take that Vietnam Tomahawk out in the field and use it for that as opposed to trying to use a goddamn knife to split wood. I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm pretty sure if you're the kind of person to take a knife out in the woods and baton, you're not going to get offended because you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. It's stupid. I see people batoning with a fucking folding knife, and then they're like, oh, this piece of shit knife broke. Well, that's not what it was for, moron. Tools have their purposes. There's a class in the military called Tools and Their Uses. You have to pass it. You have to pass it when you go to your A school. Tools and Their Uses. These are the kind of people that, oh, it's stripped out. Well, yeah, because it's a Reed Prince, not a Phillips. You're using the wrong fucking screwdriver. Because you're a dummy. Use the tool for what it was fucking designed for. Ah, God, it irritates me. I see people batoning. Now, there's some knives that will take it. Like my SRK, you can baton on that bitch all day. Twice on Sunday. But these knives that you see people trying to do is batoning with, and I've digressed, but we may have to move this over so I can take a seat. They do these things and then comment about the design of a knife when they're using it for... A knife wasn't designed for that. This piece of shit tip broke off. What were you doing with it? Oh, this is a screwdriver. Buy a fucking screwdriver. So, I don't know if I'm the only one that remembers having to go to a school in the military, Navy anyway. Tools and Their Uses. It was an entire unit of my A school. Tools and Their Uses. Now, my dad was a diesel mechanic, and I knew the difference between a Phillips and a Reed Prince. They're completely different. They're a different screw. They're gonna fit differently. I've seen people trying to take out screws on a knife that are clearly Torx with an Allen wrench. Something's wrong. Yeah, you're stupid. That's what's wrong. Give me that knife. You're gonna hurt yourself. Give me that. Give me that. Give me a knife. You're gonna hurt yourself. You don't need to have that. So that's just irritates the shit out of me. But yeah, no, those are the two. Now you guys, I'm gonna let you guys choose what knife is going to be the giveaway. I will do either one. I don't care. I honestly have no use for this much anymore. I have some other knives that I have a K-bar that's never gonna go. I don't know. I have to think about this one. I really like this one. This was, I think, the Scottish Spike when they first came out. I would have to think real hard before I would let this. They don't make this way. These knives aren't the same anymore. This is one of the old school Spike series before they changed them. So I'd have to think real hard about that, but it's got my edge on it. Really comfortable knife. I'm going to open it up, I have that one last blank for the big Hornet fixed blade that still needs to be ground, and I have to get handles. So the thing is, if somebody wants it, I need you guys to speak up and tell me what you want on it, but I'm gonna have to take a deposit because I don't have any handle material to be able to make handles out of, so I would have to buy the material. So basically I would need your deposit to do that, and I haven't gotten paid for the other 3 yet, and I still have that one that requires that it gets a sheath done. So with that being said, if anyone is interested in one of those Hornet fixed blade knives, it is going to take a little while because, like I said, I have to get handle material, and I'm going to have to send those knives out of state to get sheaths done. I don't know how long that's going to take. I have info on a guy that can probably do it. He usually does existing models, but I'm going to see if I can't talk him into doing one of my doing my customs, those 3 Hornets, once I get the 3rd one done, and I'm pretty sure he'll do it. Not too expensive prices, so that's not going to translate into too much cost for you guys. But yeah, if somebody wants one of those Hornet fixed blades, I have 1 blank left. I had 1 blank of the neck knives left. I had 2 blanks that I had cut out. I had cut out, not I had someone else do. Cut them out by hand. So I had 1 of these left, and I just had someone at work say that she wants one for her son. She's gonna pay me for it. I'm gonna get started on the grinding as soon as I make sure we have 80 grit belts. I don't wanna ruin all of Elliot's 120 grit belts. So with that being said, yeah, you guys let me know. Smith & Wesson folder, Boker fixed blade, that's gonna be the giveaway for the 1000 knife, and here's the deal. We're gonna have a question and answer, and I will have to sit down and go through all the questions on the computer, and I'll get the computer and the phone set up so that I can do it. We'll go through all of the questions and answers, and everyone that submitted a question on the comments section is gonna get entered into the raffle. Only once. You get to ask 1 question. And then I'll use a random number generator. I'll assign numbers to all of the comments. It's gonna take some time and get it figured out, and then we'll get that knife shipped out. So that's pretty much it. Nothing really cool going on right now. I have a couple knives that are in the works. Tom's knife is in the works, but like I said, there's no belts for me to do any grinding with to speak of up at Elliot's shop. He lets me use the shop. I work it off doing little grunt work around the shop. So once there's belts, I'm going to start on your knife, Tom, and Pip Corona ordered a knife as well. So his knife will get ground. I already did. We're going to try something different because I can always start over if I need to. We're going to do the ceramic and then the edge grind on the grinder, and then we'll see what it looks like. I found a different way to sharpen. My knife actually still only has the 220 grit edge on it, and it's stupid sharp. It does a better job cutting with 220. I'm not gonna do the super mirror polish on these like I did before with a chisel grind. It seems to work a little bit better to leave the edge just a little bit coarser. I don't think I will go above maybe 1,000 on those. We'll see. Some people like it because it's the aesthetics of it being shiny, but for the work part of that knife, it's a lot easier to get work done at 1,000 grit, and I think it will hold up a little bit better with that zero grind like that. But we'll see. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. 15 minutes. I just wanted to touch on that. Like I said, use your tools for the way they were designed. Irritates me. It really does. It's one of my pet peeves. It was when I was in the military. I'd catch the kids doing something with a tool that was not designed for that purpose, and it would irk the shit out of me. So, all right, you guys take it easy. I got some cleaning up to do. I got to do dishes, and I got to take a shower and get ready for bed. It's coming up on 7 o'clock at night here in San Diego. All right, guys, I will talk to y'all later. You guys take it easy, and I'll see you next time.